Where my girls at? Where my girls at? Independent, free spirit. Ooh, it's something serious. Where my girls at? We ain't linked up in a cool minute. Where my girls at? It's going down, down. Where my girls at? It's going down, down. It's going down tonight. We going out tonight. Yeah, right. We going out tonight. It's going down tonight. Yeah, right. It's going down tonight. We going out tonight. Yeah, right. We going out tonight. It's going down tonight. Yeah, right.
Where my girls at? Where my girls at? It's going down. Crisette and Gloria, we got issues. WFDF, based out of Detroit, Michigan. Oh my goodness. We are here, you guys. We are here another day, as they say, another dollar. Call us 313-778-7600. Are you bah humbug? Are you ho, ho, ho? I mean, which one are you? I mean, we see Crisette, who's all decked out. We know she's ho, ho, ho. But we want to hear you guys. Are you in the Christmas spirit? Are you getting there? Is it a little late for you? Is it early for you? What is it? What is it? What is it? I'm telling you what, you guys. I mean, Cleveland snow. I mean, Lake Geneva snow is just so disrespectful. I mean, in the middle of the night, I mean, right before I go to bed, I was just on a phone call. I go look out the living room and it's all white. Who gets 5 inches of snow and no warning? Yeah, where I come from, I'm sorry, but they just don't do that. They don't do that where I'm from. I mean, where I'm from, it's weather bulletins, it's news bulletins, sirens are going around, they're breaking news into whatever you're watching. And so white everywhere. And so I guess that's just my reality now. So
It was beautiful, wasn't it, Sabrina? It was beautiful.
It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
Until it ain't.
Chris, too much of a good thing is too much of a good thing. Oh my goodness, too much of a good thing. But so we're talking all things Christmas. Are you ready? Are you not? And are you in the mood? What is it like? We're coming. Well, we said we were coming out of a pandemic, but we're still in a pandemic. So people are like, do I travel? Will I see my family? What's it going to be? So, Caterina, are you bah humbug? Are you ho, ho, ho? What are you?
Oh, I'm definitely ho ho ho. I'm ho ho ho. I just wish. I am definitely ho ho ho. I'm definitely ho ho ho. I will wish not seeing all my grandkids all in one spot. We're still not doing all that traveling and bringing everybody together, but I am ready. I wanted to, for the Facebook audience, wanted to sit in front of the tree, but that's just a whole lot of lights that you got to move. But I love being able to say, Alexa, turn my Christmas lights on. Boom.
Nice. Wow.
Be quiet. She over there talking.
You have to tell us all about that. That is amazing how Alexa can turn the Christmas lights on. Okay.
I'm sure not can. There. Just get the plug.
Well, I don't have any lights up yet, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. What about you, Crisette? How are you? What's going on in the D?
I'm doing well. All is well in the D. It was a cold one in the D on today. I had my hat on, had my hood on. We didn't get, we had some squalls, as I said on yesterday, but didn't pick up any more snow. It's just a really light covering. So Sabrina, you know, I think you have more snow than we do. So yeah, it's really, really cold outside here. But of course, I've been born and raised in Michigan all my life. So I'm used to it. My blood is used to it. So it's no big deal for me. You know, we look forward to it. We know how to wrap up. We know exactly what to do. But we are definitely ho, ho, ho over here at the house. I got stuff pulled out, haven't put up everything this year, probably won't get to it this year, but it's such a festive time of the year, and so many great memories from childhood during this time of the year, and I just think it's special. So yeah, we absolutely are celebrating all the joys of Christmas decorations, the whole 9 yards. We do it right here, for sure, for sure.
That's awesome, awesome, awesome. You guys, there's some stuff going on in the news. I mean, I don't know what you guys are hearing. I haven't been real close to it today, but uh, prayers going up to Nick Cannon and his family.
Yeah.
He lost his youngest child, 5 months old, from a brain tumor. Just so very
goodness.
sad. Yep, yep, yep. And I mean, I don't know where I've been, but Zen was Nick's seventh child, born earlier in the year with the model Elisa. But check this out, you guys. I mean, Nick has been very busy. Zen was the fourth of Nick's kids born in the last year and a half. Okay? He's
Say
had
that
four
again,
children.
Sabrina.
Nick Cannon has had 4 children in the last year and a half. Yeah. He had twins, Zillion and Zion, who were born in June, and his daughter Powerful was born last December. So I'm just like, I got to catch up. I've been missing news on Nick Cannon, but he's been a busy man, And so, yeah, seventh, and Zen was Nick's 7th child, born just 5 months ago. And it just is so very sad. Yeah, cutest little boy.
Sabrina.
I saw him today. Yes.
Yeah, Nick Cannon has his own show, and they were showing clips of him from his show today, and it's still very raw. And he broke down on his show, and the tears were flowing, and I mean, even the fact that he went into work, and he made it through, and he said, he did not want to stay at home. He wanted to share it, I guess, with his family, his audience, whatnot, and of course they were, helping him through that moment. But I mean, for him to be that transparent, most of the times, when something is that hurtful and cause you that much pain, you tend to just stay away until you can get your emotions under check. But he let the tears flow, which I thought was really kind of refreshing to see someone, of his stardom to be able to do that.
Yeah, so that's a live show, Chris. So they tape that show live every day, huh? So,
yeah.
Wow. He went to work.
And you know what? I had heard, and I have to Google this, but my sister was saying that he has 3 sets of twins. I know him and Mariah Carey has a set, and then the one set you just said, and she said he had 3 sets, but maybe it's only 2.
No, 2 sets. Yeah, 2
Okay.
sets. And I love that the second set of the twins named Zillion and Zion. Zillion, that's an interesting name, huh? Zillion.
Yeah.
I just love the way that sounds. Yeah, Zillion and Zion. So yeah.
So sad.
Yeah. What else is going on in the D or in the news? Y'all got anything else before we jump straight to the holidays? Are y'all ready to jump to the holidays?
Well,
It is the season.
If you want to call your California friends, you can call them, because California folks got a stimulus. You talk about Governor Newsom sent some stimulus to the California people right before Christmas. I don't know if that's a political move or what, but these folks you got a few people in your house. You got $600 or $300. So it's some good chunk of change that's going to go right into the economy and stimulate Christmas. Okay.
Well, okay, but Caterina, how is California the only state with surplus? Are you guys the only state who's getting the extra money this December?
I think so. You guys got to speak up for your own state. But he said we had a surplus and we are sharing it with the people.
Well, good job.
Everybody
Good job.
said it was right. He announced it right before that election, and we got it right before Christmas. I mean, that's some kind of timing. Okay, I'm just saying. So that's California. That's some,
Have
but
yourself a very
interesting.
Merry Christmas. Well, we're talking about
Exactly.
getting in the spirit, okay? That Christmas
That'll
tree
get
will
you
help
in.
folks get in the spirit. Yes, yes,
So
yes.
you see all the people lined up outside the Walmart. It's a line of TVs walking out that bad boy.
Wow.
They just TVs, everybody in line getting their TVs, getting stuff. Yep. They're gonna put it right in the economy. Save your money, people. Save your money. But yeah, right before Christmas.
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome.
And the last thing, Sabrina, news wise, is I thought it was so interesting to see President Biden doing a video meeting with Putin. I mean, from a tech standpoint, I was like, no, he didn't Zoom him. Okay. No, they didn't Zoom today. Like, I got to talk to you, but I ain't getting on a plane. Okay. So you got to meet me on Zoom. So live streaming. But that's not a funny situation. That's a serious situation.
Right.
So we pray. We have friends in Ukraine. So we pray for our spiritual family in the Ukraine.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, and then how about Beijing Olympics? All of our official representatives will be boycotting the 2022 Winter Olympics. The athletes will go and compete, but no U.S. dignitaries. And I was talking to Kenny about that, and I was like, how do the athletes feel about that? Going over there with no official representation. And from an athlete's point of view, he's like, they want to compete. They want to compete. They're like, y'all do that political stuff. I'm going to go do what I do. But I just think that's very sad, very strange. It's been done before where our dignitaries have not gone, but that's something that they are boycotting the Beijing Winter Olympics.
And you know what, Sabrina, I think it's stemming from, China and the how they treat their people, the atrocities, human rights matters. And, they have to figure out, politics is something. And you know what, I just know I am not cut out for politics. That's just not anything that I've ever been interested in. And I would probably set off World War 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I know you have to, it's a fine line. And it's like, how do you slap them on the hand and say, listen, this is a way that we are, making our voice known, that we don't agree with how you treat your people. The humanitarian rights. And then, the tennis player, I believe, wasn't it the tennis player, can't think of her name right now, that accused someone from raping her. So
one of her coaches. Yeah. And she went missing. We couldn't find her for a while. Now they say she's safe, and we don't really know what that full story is. So a lot. And then Jussie Smollett, is that his name? Have you ever followed that story? That case
Tell us about
wild. It. That case is wild. I mean, I don't know who's flying and lying. I mean, really, I just don't know. Because it sounds quite fishy. But he took the stand yesterday, and I didn't quite keep up with it today. But y'all, I mean, he just should have pled a long time ago and said, you know what? I don't want to go to trial, because that thing is looking crazy.
But you know what? The thing that's so interesting, they dropped it and made him do so many hours of community service. And then somebody else, I don't know if it was another AG or somebody, came and said they didn't like the way the case was handled. So they reopened it. And, I kind of felt some kind of way. And again, I'm not close enough to that story to say, did he have someone do that? He could have. I don't know. But I guess I'm just looking at it from the standpoint of, you already said you're going to drop the case and you made him do the community service. Now you're going to reopen it. And I just, sometimes I don't know if I'm always looking in the lens of, if that had been someone else that was of a different color, would they have reopened the case for them. So, it's just so much, that you can read into that situation. But again, I don't know all the details. It kind of like as my mother used to say, there's a dead cat on the line somewhere.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
something
yes,
smells.
yes. Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, when we come back, you guys, I promise we are talking all things Christmas. Christmas music, Christmas cards, Christmas decoration, Christmas food. Are you ready? Are you in the spirit? We'll be right back. We got issues. Call us. Tell us where you are. Call us at 313-778-7600. We'll be right back. Hey, that'll do it.
This Christmas, as we trim the tree, how much fun it's gonna be together.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you. Oh, my goodness.
We are back. We got issues with Sabrina, Caterina, Crisette, and Gloria. We are missing our girlfriend, Gloria Mayfield Banks. She is at a conference doing what she does, and we miss her tremendously. But oh my goodness, is she in the spirit? She's been posting some more. All the holiday sightings. But I tell you, music does it, you guys. Doesn't music do it? I will tell you, I came up with this topic because usually I'm the one, I always decorate the weekend after Thanksgiving. My Christmas cards are always done by the 1st of December. I'm always the one on top ready to go. But I'm going to tell you, this girlfriend, I'm behind the 8 ball. I don't have Christmas card the 1st. No decorations are up. We have moved. Boxes are still here, there, and everywhere. We're in temporary housing. And I'm going to tell you, I was feeling a little bah humbuggish. That's how I came up with this topic. But I'm grateful, you guys. I'm so grateful. So I'm going to get it together. And then we were, as a family, we were trying to decide, are we going to be in Ohio? Are we going somewhere warm? Because my kids are like, one lives in LA now, one lives in New York, one lives in at Princeton at school. And they were all like, none of them wanted to come to a cold climate for Christmas. And so we were thinking, maybe we'll go to Florida. So then I was, or California. So then I was like, well, it's so late now. I will only have decorations up for a couple of weeks. What should I really do? So I'm going to do something, but it won't be the normal. So you guys, music is certainly a mood lifter. Music gets you in the mood. I mean, that was a classic that Michael just played for us. What do you guys do to get in the mood? I mean, for me, it's candles. I want the house to smell like Christmas. The lights make you just get in the mood. So what do you do, Crisette, when you're to get motivated to decorate?
Well, you know what? You're right, Sabrina. The music is everything.
We can't hear you,
I'm
Chris.
sorry. I'm sorry. I was saying you're right, Sabrina. The music is everything. That always gets you in the mood. And you know what? Believe it or not, my son, Charles Buddy, absolutely loves, when I say loves Christmas music, I mean, they start playing Christmas music on one of the stations as early as soon as November hits. And he tunes straight
Really?
to that station. Yeah. So he always
Really?
says if he's ever on Jeopardy and they have one called Christmas music, he's gonna say, "Give me that one. I'm gonna win every single one because I know all the songs." So
Wow.
the music, and you guys know they've proven that. When you go to the shopping malls and they play the music, people spend more money because it
They
literally
put you in the mood.
puts
Put you
them
in
in
the
the
spirit.
puts them in the mood. So I think that is cooking. Puts me in the mood. When I think about like the desserts that we're gonna make, the way the house smells, the candles.
Mhm.
You're absolutely
Mhm.
right. I love the lights, the decorations, all of that. But it can be a little overwhelming this year because we
Yeah.
moved as well. I'm not doing nearly as much as I normally do. But yeah, the
Yeah.
music is a big part of that.
Yeah. Let's go to the
Being
phone
out and
lines. Hey, Katrina.
about.
Katrina, let's go to the phone lines. We got a call on the line,
Okay.
and we don't want to lose her. Carolyn, are you there?
Yes, ladies, how y'all doing today? Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Our favorite. I'm telling you, she gets the gift. She is our gift. She's our most faithful viewer, listener, caller, Carolyn Jackson Muse. Let's give her a round of applause. Mike, give that some applause for us. Please applause. He might not even be there anymore. He's like, well, you got me doing too much. You got me doing music, applause. Okay, we'll give your own applause, Carolyn. So, Carolyn, talk to us. Talk to us.
Okay, this Christmas is different for me because normally my baby son and my husband normally decorate the house.
Really?
Really?
So after Thomas's health challenge last year, he doesn't move like he normally does. So I said, "Are we having lights this year?" He was like, "I don't know." I said, "Well, yeah, we need some lights." So he took me in the yard and showed me how to do the edges. So I got lights all over my hedges, and he just ordered a blow-up snowman or something. So we're in the festive mood, and this is my first time ever. We've been together 40 years. This is my first time ever having to do Christmas stuff.
Wow.
No way, Carolyn. That is amazing.
Yeah, because him and Larry normally does it. But Larry lives on his own, and it's just me and Thomas here, but I wanted these lights. I wanted the Christmas joy. So that's what we did, and the house just did. My neighbor yesterday, she said, "Oh, your lights look so good." I thought she was talking about the lights on the cabinet. I was like, "Lights?" He was like, "Yeah, on your head." I was like, "Oh." So thank y'all for this show for the Christmas, and I'm in the spirit.
Good. Well, get in the spirit, stay in the spirit. You have a joyful spirit, so now your lights outside are matching the inside of your heart. Happy holidays, Carolyn. Thank you for calling. Yes. So you guys, Katrina, we're going to go to you, but we also want to talk about how you could decorate minimally, not
Tough pandemic 2 years for a lot of people. And so we're going to talk about decorating on a budget. We're going to talk about going to get creative ideas on DIY, all of that good stuff. So Katrina, tell us about what you do and how you do it. How you feeling?
Oh boy. I just, I love me some TikTok, and I just saw this girl on there who was talking about how she made a tree on her wall because she lives in a small spot and she doesn't have a lot of space. And it was beautiful. It was like 3D, but she just draped some stuff on there. So the DIY, I can't wait to hear more about that. In addition to everything, it's totally the scent, it's totally the music, but it's also being out. Whether you shop a lot or even shop a little, just being out and people speaking to each other. I know that sounds really crazy, but people's spirits just change up and
they're nicer.
You know,
they are so much
they're
nicer
nice.
in December.
People just break out in a conversation, and that's just, you know, it's just good. People are being helpful and that whole thing. So that definitely puts me in the spirit. If somebody got a bad attitude, I want to check them and say, if you got a bad attitude at Christmas, ain't no help for you come January. Okay.
Exactly.
You've been nice, not naughty, not nice.
Yeah, I'm talking joy to the world. You're right. There's an energy in the air when people are out in December. I love it when they have their hats on, their silly costumes, their hats, the reindeer noses. I mean, people go all out. And it does make you feel better. It does make you feel better. I was looking at DIY today, and I posted a few of those on our Instagram page and our Facebook page, Force of Friendship. And they were just talking about how you can really decorate from the Dollar Tree. Really. I mean, they talked about getting balls, your ornaments, and putting them in all kind of glassware, pine cones, and putting pretty ribbon on the pine cone and giving those as gifts. And so I think people get stressed out. You get overwhelmed because it is too commercialized. It is a lot of money that people have to spend when they don't necessarily have it. But what are some other decorating on a budget tips that you guys can give our tribe?
You know what, Sabrina? I saw this on TV, and you know, these are those infomercials that come on late at night, and sometimes Chuck and I are up watching television, and I'm like, don't touch that phone, call, order, right? And they showed this tape called alien tape. And I mean, this alien tape, you can put anything up. It's not going to tear your walls up. It'll hold up a lot of stuff. And I wanted to order and I didn't. Well, I was at a Family Dollar the other day. And, you know, in Family Dollar, some stuff is $1 and some is a little higher. Well, they had this one section called As Seen on TV. And they had some alien tape. So I said, well, it was like $5. I said, I'm going to go ahead and buy it. I bought it. Girl, let me tell you something. I wish I had bought them all out. I have used alien tape to drape my garland around my pillars at the house. That stuff is amazing. So listen, they ain't paying me for
is
this,
it
but
white? Is it clear? What
it's clear. It's alien tape is clear, and it holds really snug, really good. And it's two-sided. You can either use it as a two-sided, or you can keep the coating on one side and just use the one side. And like I said, I found it at a Dollar General. Then I went to several to get more. They didn't have it, so I had to end up going and ordering on Amazon. But that's really good. And then one last thing. For those of you who don't have real Christmas tree, we didn't grow up on getting real Christmas tree. We've always had artificial trees, but I've always heard that a real tree, you get the scent. It smells so good. So you can buy, and I think I found this at the dollar store, the little canister that has these scented sticks that smells like pine, and stick it into your artificial tree, and your house smells like you have the real deal. So those are two things that I absolutely would recommend if you want to do, some holiday decoration on a budget.
Nice.
I love what Gloria said about going to the thrift store. She said she found her wreath for less than $10. And, I have beautiful decorations and spent, quite a bit on these decorations at Pier 1. I used to love me some Pier 1 before
Me too.
But
beautiful.
I would be totally game to trade with somebody when you don't want to do that color and somebody else had another color.
Now
And
that's
like
smart.
you use my decorations and I'll use your decorations. I'm game for that. If anybody's in my neighborhood like next year, because you can just reuse and switch up, and that's a big thing because when you buy it after Christmas, but everything's in slow supply
Right.
this year, short supply. So that's another
That's
thing.
right.
Use what you have, work with what you have,
Yep.
and
Yep. Hey,
so
we
big,
can take
big, big.
Lawrence's idea. We can take Lawrence's idea and create us a holiday marketplace, okay?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
big.
Oh my goodness. When we come back, we're going to talk about we're going to talk about recipes. We're going to talk about how you can connect with family that you might not be seeing. We want to know, do you send Christmas cards on a regular? Will you send them this year or not? We got issues. We're trying to figure it out. By humbug or ho, ho, ho. Call us at 313-778-7600. We'll be right back.
You're a monster, Mr. Green Sheep. Your heart is empty hole. Your brain is full of cider. You got garlic in your soul.
My goodness.
Thank you, DJ Mike. Well, I tell you, we are here, the girlfriends, the Force of Friendship on WFDF, and we are talking all things Christmas, getting in the spirit. We are well into the December month. It is December 7th. It's actually my dad's birthday. He is celebrating big, I know, in heaven. He would have been 86 years old today. Yay, Daddy. We love you. We love you. We love you. And he was something else, I tell you. So I know he is up there in the spirit for sure. He loved this time of the year, and I can just see him now with his hat on, his scarf on, doing what he does on his birthday, meeting and greeting people. So you guys, we are talking all things Christmas. Are you ready? Do you have to get ready? And so I was talking to a girlfriend today, and oh my goodness, you guys, she's had a rough 18 months. She's lost her mother and her husband to COVID.
Wow.
And she said, Sabrina, I'm not putting up a tree. I don't feel like it. This doesn't feel like Christmas. And all I could say is, you don't have to put up a tree. You don't have to decorate. We totally understand. And so for those of you who have lost loved ones, you're not feeling it, take your time. Take your time. I'm so grateful that she is going to Hawaii. She said, I just don't even want to be here. And so she's taking the kids to Hawaii. So that's where they'll be for the week of Christmas. So you think about so many people and so who've gone through so much. And so me, I'm just, because I'm in transition, I'm in a temporary house. I'm like, Sabrina, you better put some music on and swing some lights, okay? You don't have a reason not to be in the spirit when you know what everybody else has gone through. And so Christmas cards, you guys, I've done a Christmas card for 27 years straight, have not missed. And so part of me is like, okay, because the kids like, Mama, give up the card. Okay, we grown. Don't put me on no card, okay? And I'm like, look,
we want a card. We want a card.
When you get your family, you can do what you want to do with your card. So it's crazy. It's not going to be a whole lot. But I was on with Minted in the middle of the break, and I asked for some help. And they're like, do you still need help? I'm like, yes, I need help. I need help. And so I'm going to finalize something tonight. It won't be fabulous like y'all's Crisette, but it will be something. So, Chris, do you do a card every year? Katrina, do you do a card every year?
We typically do a card. I haven't counted the number of years that we've done a card. We are really late this year. We're actually going to take pictures on this coming. I think I mentioned it yesterday on Saturday. We're going to take some pictures and we're going to change outfits. So next year, we'll already be ahead of the game. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Just in case.
That's funny. That's funny.
Yes, ma'am.
No, Chris, that is so smart because family photos for Christmas is hectic. It is stressful.
It is.
It's hectic. You finally get a picture that looks good, but what we had to go through. And I remember when the kids were little, it's like, sit down, put this on, sit up. And then you smile. We were not in the Christmas spirit for those photos, but we do what we have to do. What about you, Katrina?
Well, I'm grateful there was a wedding because that picture is the picture that's on the Christmas card. Okay. Because seriously, last year I didn't do one because it was like, did we get so many times Anthony and I are all dressed up and y'all know he holds the camera. So he's in a picture and then I'm in a picture. I'm like, do we have one picture together? Do we have a picture together? So I had to pull pics, but it's challenging. That was the challenging part. So I applaud you for that. We do have a Christmas card. Lacey told me my cards are coming in the mail. So they might now in the mail.
Wonderful.
That's a whole other conversation. But so this year we are doing a Christmas card, but we have not done it every year. And sometimes, honestly, it's like without, all the kids in one picture, everybody living different places.
Yeah.
Like, well, if we had a big picture, I would do one, but I want to do a Christmas letter. You know how you get those letters from people just kind of reviewing, and I want to do that. I've never done that, but I think I'm going to give a stab at it. But if I don't get it done this weekend, it might not happen. So if anybody,
that's interesting.
Some
people love the letters and some people don't. I don't know. We get a lot of cards, and sometimes I don't read all the letters. Okay,
I like the pictures in the letter. But I just like the pictures in the letter. This is this. I'm not going to do no long letter, but some of the pictures that aren't as professional that didn't make the card, but it's just
right.
Hey, Sabrina, do you guys feel like people aren't sending as many cards as they used to? I know my mother was big. I mean, that was big for her, picking out the card. And back in the day, it wasn't about, a picture with your family. It was just going out, finding beautiful cards. And I could see my mother, she had such beautiful penmanship and she takes so much care in, mailing out cards. But I think that's kind of a lost thing.
Yeah.
To mail cards is expensive.
It's incredibly expensive, especially when you have a big list. Like we have a big list, it's expensive. But social media too. It used to be special because you would hear from that person once or twice a year. Now you're seeing their face all day, every day on social media. So It's like, look, I don't need to see you no more. But it is nice to give, and it is nice to receive. It is. Um, what about you guys? I really was thinking, like, when you are connecting, because some families are still wanting to connect, and some are like, nope, I'm still not having a lot of people at my house. We're not doing the big traditional Christmas.
Mm.
We still have to be creative on how we connect during the holiday time. And so I was reading, and these are some really good ideas. They talked about having family FaceTime cocktail hour on Christmas Eve. So that could be fun. Sending recipes of favorite cocktails using red drinks and green drinks. Um, and so that was an idea. Then they talked about FaceTime holiday dinner. FaceTime holiday dinner.
Mm.
If you're not with your loved ones, I mean, because seriously, I don't know what kids will be with me this Christmas, because Kennedy just moved out west, and so I think that could be fun. Making sure that we're still together at holiday dinner time, and so we FaceTime. Somebody talked about making sure that if you're not with your extended family that you normally get with, have a secret Santa and send gifts in the mail. You still draw names, and people are getting gifts from across the country from family members who normally would be together, and they're not together. What other ways do you guys think that people can connect, whether you come together in smaller groups? Because the virus, you guys, they say, is picking up. I know that people are starting. I mean, yeah, we've just got to be cognizant that this virus is coming our way. The
Sabrina, I want to
third
go back.
variant.
I want to go back to the card. A tradition that I learned from a friend is with those cards to take them, and we have like a basket that we put them in, and not just Christmas Day, but kind of throughout the year, we pray for those families. And
Mm.
it just reminds you to maybe reach out to that person. We pray for your family this week, reach out to them. And so that is one nice thing about the card as opposed to digital, is you end up in the Earl prayer basket.
Nice.
And so as we come
Yes.
together, we
That's
just
very
think about
nice.
different families. But all of those things, as a single woman who has spent some Christmases alone in my life, it can be very lonely. And those Christmases were not with a Zoom or anything. So just even reaching out would be
Yes.
amazing. And of course, how about just being a neighbor that reaches out to a neighbor? There
Mm-hmm.
are people right in your neighborhood that are going to be sitting up watching Netflix and eating some dried up food that they
Non-traditional
got from
Christmas,
DoorDash the
right?
day before. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
That,
Mm-hmm.
it might feel awkward, but you just never know. They might say yes. Now, I know that's interesting with COVID and so forth,
Right.
but if they're neighbors that you feel comfortable with and you know them and
Yep.
they're
Yep.
vaccinated, you might consider, or even bringing them a plate. You can do that
Yep.
in a social distance way. So we have a new neighbor up the street that has taken such a liking to Anthony, and he feels like family. I feel so good just knowing that he has made himself family to us, and always
Wow.
makes pies and stuff, and it's just like, wow, that is so good. Takes care of my mama when I'm not here, so it's just really a blessing to be a blessing.
That is so good. That is so good. Chris, what are you guys doing at the church? I mean, you guys have such a great outreach ministry, making people feel cared for and loved. What's going on in Greater Grace that's making a difference in your community during the holiday season?
Well, you know what? We normally, oh my goodness, this would be a time where we would be, getting ready for a big production, a graceful Christmas, and
One time you
all
guys
that.
had a camel at the church, right? A
Yeah,
real camel.
2019. I mean, it is humongous. But of course, we're not able to do that this year. So typically, we will have money to go and shop for those families who are, less fortunate and maybe have children and they have some needs. So we'll do that. Many times because we are we are positioned right there in the city, a lot of times we will get a lot of different companies or whatnot that will give us things to give away, whether it's coats that we give away. We normally, if things were normal, we always have that. Well, we give away, hundreds of bikes, the Sunday before Christmas or the Sunday of Christmas, we do that. So it's going to be a little different this year. We always do something where we would feed different shelters. So I think because being in COVID, we're just going to have to become a little bit more creative with, what we are going to do this year. But you know what? One of the things, I think it was this past Tuesday, not today, but last week was Giving Tuesday, where you could give money to organizations. And, that's what I chose to do because there are so many organizations that need money right now to meet their budgets.
Yeah. And the point being, you guys, when you give, you feel so good. And if you're not in the spirit, what can you give? How can you give? And it doesn't have to be financial. It can be your time. It can be service, acts of service. How can you give? It makes you feel so good to give. We'll be right back. We're talking all things Christmas. By humbug or ho, ho, ho. We got issues with the force of friendship. Sabrina, Caterina, Crisette, and Gloria. We'll be right back. Oh, yes. That's it. Thank you, Michael. I love Christmas music. I do. It definitely lifts your spirit. Katrina, somebody was asking, what is DIY? Talk about where they find it, all of that stuff.
Pinterest is your friend. Pinterest and TikTok. I'm telling you, Pinterest and TikTok. You can go on Pinterest if you like pictures, but TikTok, it's amazing what people can fit in 3 minutes. You could just put hashtag Christmas tree, hashtag DIY Christmas, hashtag whatever thing you're looking for, and hashtag red drinks, Christmas drinks.
Yes.
And of course, I call it Google University. Just Google it, or YouTube, whatever. It's out there. It is out there. You can learn to do it all for Christmas. So it's great.
Yeah, so it's not, you guys, so don't say, well, I don't know how. You can go and find out how. And you can you can say, I want to do it at this price point, and they will give you an answer. They will give you a solution to what it is you're looking for. And so we want to encourage you to get in the spirit. We want to encourage you to give so that you can feel joy in your heart. We want to encourage you to watch Christmas movies. I mean, the Hallmark Channel. If you want to get in the spirit, how about just leaving the Hallmark Channel on all day, every day, and you will get in the spirit. I mean, you guys, can you believe that the first Christmas movie ever was 122 years ago? And it was only 122 years ago, the first Christmas movie. And it was only about 60 seconds long. They called it a short movie, and it featured Saint Nick. And so now, fast forward, now we have entire networks totally devoted to Christmas movies.
Wow.
And so some of the favorite Christmas movies, and you guys can tell me what have been your favorites over the years. It's a Wonderful Life. That's a classic. Everybody loves that.
It was just on the other day.
Yep. A Christmas Story. Elf. Elf always puts you in the spirit. Home Alone. Let's see. A Charlie Brown Christmas. That's one of my favorites. National Lampoon's
Christmas Carol.
Christmas Carol. Yep. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. How about The Year Without Santa Claus? So those are some of the classics that just year after year after year, generations of families watch those movies. What are some of your favorites?
My assistant texted me. She said, I watched A Boy Called Christmas. You've got to watch it with your grandsons. And then she said, remember Jingle Jangle from last year too, if you didn't see Jingle Jangle. I
love Jingle Jangle movie. Yeah.
You know what, as a child, we absolutely we love watching Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I mean, and it's so funny when all of these little cartoons come on, I pause because it just takes me back to when I was a child and how we couldn't wait. We'd all sit around the television and we just could not wait. Charlie Brown Christmas, of course, the music, with Schroeder on the piano playing. I mean, a lot of those cartoons just bring back The Grinch, the original, not the one with Jim Carrey, the original Grinch that stole Christmas, right? That was good. And then I don't know what's the name where they had the two brothers. One was Mr. Hot Miser, and the other one was Mr. Freeze, and their mother was Mother Nature, and they would be fighting. I mean, when I tell you, we lived for those Christmas cartoons as children. Absolutely loved it.
Sabrina, Mardis is talking about poinsettias. And last year, now I wasn't successful. I'm going to try to be successful again this year, but we YouTubed how to keep your poinsettias alive all year. Because have you done that successfully, Crisette?
Yes. All year, Crisette, all year.
Yes. And this is the thing. When we were at the other house in the solarium, because at that house it was so much bigger, it was nothing for me to buy 25, 30 poinsettias, and it felt sacrilegious to throw them out. So I took them and put them all in the solarium, and to my amazement, the first year, they all turned green. Now, the only thing is I never had them
back that thing up, Chris. Back that thing up. What if you don't have a solarium? Okay.
Whatever.
Because they need light. They need light.
They turn green. They turn green. They turn green after a while. And then what I have been told is that if you want them to turn red again, you have to put them someplace really dark. And then they'll turn red again. So mine's never turned red again. They were always green, but they were beautiful.
Wow. Wow. So,
Sabrina,
you're going to try to keep yours all year?
My mama will. I don't have a green or a red thumb, but she kept them alive for quite a while. But you have to do something even to keep the cold So you having them inside made a difference because you got to protect them from the cold. So even in California, we froze them to death. So it's not easy. But I just want to encourage people to do something they've never done before. And you might not be able to go out and buy all these different Christmas decorations, but I know every one of our grandmas, you go there and she's got everything, but you just get a little bit every year, and pretty soon so just do something. Just put something on your
Right.
mantle or something.
Yeah.
Just even if you could just do one thing and some little lights and put some music on, take some cinnamon and drop it in a pot and make it smell good.
Absolutely.
Just that little thing can get you in
Absolutely.
a mood.
And understanding that Jesus is the reason for the season, you guys.
I was
so
just getting
a
ready to
little
say
bit,
that.
Just a touch of something to remember why we really are celebrating and how blessed we really are. Somebody says when the poinsettias leaf fall
Wow.
off, plant them in the yard and they grow back beautiful and red. Wow.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Didn't know that.
Mm.
All right.
We got a
First
wealth
lady,
of
what were you
information in
gonna
our
say? Were you gonna
tribe.
say something else?
I was going to say, and I'm so glad you said that, we could have a whole show on how to keep Christ as the center for the reason for Christmas, because, we've done a whole show on, how much we love Christmas. And, we didn't mention the real reason for the season is Christ. And sometimes because of the commercialization, that's all you hear, the Christmas trees, this, and that's why so many people don't celebrate Christmas because of that reason. And they just think it's kind of pagan and that, you lose the real meaning of Christmas. And I totally could understand and see how that can be the case. So I really think, like you said, Sabrina, you really do have to remember what the real meaning of Christmas is, for sure.
Yeah. Don't get caught up, you guys. Don't get caught up. Don't be stressed out. You define what you want this holiday season to be for you and yours. Don't try to keep up with the Joneses. It's all good. You do you, and make and get your home in the spirit, knowing that Jesus is the reason for the season. You guys are amazing. We love our tribe. We wish you the happiest of holidays. We know that it hasn't been easy, but we keep on keeping on, right? We keep on keeping on. Katrina, it looks like you want to say something. Do you want to say something?
I was going to say experiences, not just gifts. Experiences, not just gifts. Honestly, experiences, not just gifts. So kids, the gifts they'll forget. So experiences.
Yeah, and experience can be roller skating if you've never taken them roller skating. Experience can be our annual trip was always going to look at the lights. I will remember that. My mom and dad piling us up in the car on Christmas Eve. That was our thing. We were going to look at lights. And so what experiences are you creating for your tribe? Because they will remember that when they will remember that G.I. Joe, that train going across the track. There's
Cabbage Patch
they will not remember, okay? But they will. We will always remember experiences. Well, my friends, it's that time. We hear that music. That means it's time to go. We got issues. Thank you for listening. We'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same place. With Sabrina, Caterina, Crisette, and Gloria. Ciao. Take care. Thank you for joining us. Bye-bye.